We're also getting some headlines continuing to out of ASCO, which is a major cancer conference that's underway. It's moving shares of BioNTech up 20% on news that Bristol Myers is going to pay the German company $1.5 billion upfront to co-develop an experimental cancer drug. The whole deal could be worth as much as $11 billion. It all comes as healthcare is coming off a pretty bad month, and the pharma tariffs on other countries are pending any day now. For more, let's bring in Jared Holz, healthcare equity strategist at Mizuho. Jared, it's good to see you. So at what point do the headwinds on the space abate, or are they going to remain as long as it's this administration?
Great to see you too, Kelly. Yeah, I think we're just in for, a number of other headlines that are facing this sector that are most likely going to be, more fundamentally negative than not. I think the concept that we're all trying to understand at this point is whether the stocks have, priced in the risks or if they have not, and what most favored nation means, what other drug pricing initiatives mean, what the tariffs mean, and there are so many variables, it's really tough to contend with all of it.
Yeah. So what do you do as a trader, as an investor? I know I always tease you about this, but in all seriousness, where are the best opportunities right now? Should people just have exposure to biotech and go, okay, it underperforms chronically, but every now and then you have a standout?
Yeah, well, I think in biotech, obviously this index in total has been really a mess for about a decade now, but there are bright spots. And I think as investors, we have to kind of look at what the best opportunities are and know that there are going to be, even though there are going to be so many losers by just the very nature of how this industry works, there are going to be winners. You see Blueprint today getting acquired. This is a stock that there had been, some general speculation around for the better part of 6 months, maybe a year. So I think when investors look at biotech, looking at larger companies that are revenue generating still tends to be, I think, a decent bet here into the second half of the year.
All right. What about the tariffs? Where do we stand on the pharma tariff front?
We don't really know. There was some suggestion that we could get additional news on this or some clarity or executive order last week. That didn't happen. I'm fairly sure the reason we didn't see it is because the federal courts came out and made some commentary around the broader Trump reciprocal tariffs that were going on. So maybe that's delayed things. I don't really know. Again, my best intel suggested late last week. That didn't happen. But I think we're all kind of expecting something to be announced over the next couple of weeks, no matter what happens from here.
We just spoke with an investor who, he's not a specialist in healthcare per se, but he likes Merck and he's a value-oriented kind of guy. What would you say about that stock pick?
Well, I think we're still trying to understand exactly how the company is going to cope around the degradation of Keytruda, which is inevitable. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but through the end of the decade for sure. They've been somewhat acquisitive over the past couple of years, doing some deals that I think the street originally did like. I'm still staying away from it. I'm super intrigued because the stock is down and the multiple is low. But I think if I had to own a stock in that category, I'd rather own Teva, which is trading at 5 times earnings, or essentially half of where Merck is trading.